Greetings. Welcome to Wednesday, April 5th, everybody. All my gunkers, happy Passover to all of our, members of the tribe. Peace out. And hopefully you're having a wonderful Pesach and a lovely Seder tonight. So I wanted to start today's show.
Except Julie.
Except Julie.
I wanted to start today's show. We were talking. I'm going to start today's show. We were talking yesterday about Henry Kissinger, and I was going through my archives so that I could find a picture of myself with him, so that you can see.
David's jerking off right now, Moni.
So
it's black and white. He's really finished.
So you can see my man, and there.
Oh my
he
God!
is.
Sorry, ladies, he's taken. You look,
Sorry, he's
that's a
taken.
broad on the left. That's a good-looking broad.
So this is probably about 20 years ago, I would say, at this point.
Mo, does this picture make my chin look fat?
Obviously, he was much younger. We used to hang out all the time together. We were always like very, very good friends. So yeah,
Did I ever tell you the joke that Mao told me?
Look at the two of you bringing down Richard Nixon together, painting the town.
I'm not a crook.
Your own personal Zapruder film right there. Look at this.
Yes. I have other ones somewhere, but this one
It's a
happened
great
to have
picture,
been
by
on
the
my
way.
phone. So I just wanted to share with my boys and my family that this is the Henry I've always known and loved.
You
So-
know that's going to be somebody's forums. I might do it myself.
What happened? We lost you, babe.
I
don't know
said
what-
you might. It's going to be someone's avatar on Gunk tomorrow.
Oh God, I hope
I
not.
might do it myself.
No, please don't. Please don't.
And screen
That's a great shot. It's a really good picture, seriously.
I know, it's so cute. That was like my old teeth before I had braces, so I was like a little goofy looking. I had my goofy. I had my goofy teeth.
Goofy teeth.
Yeah, I had my goofy teeth.
You're goofy.
Yeah, I was still a little buck tooth in that.
Dick sucking lips, and by Dick I mean Richard Nixon.
Dang.
Hello.
So
Hello,
cute,
Moto.
right, Cindy Lou?
Oh my God, you're so cute.
What?
Mo
Mr.
is a
D, that
Republican
channel-
hooker. Mo is a Republican hooker.
Isn't that redundant?
Yes. Why can't I click on anything? What's going on here?
I don't know what's going on.
Xavier, are you destroying my vibe right now?
You got too much
Yes, I am.
RAM. You
I
got
have
too
no
much
idea.
RAM. That's what.
Mo is a Republican hooker. Henry, she loves him.
Tricky.
He's a war criminal, but she loves him. You know what? Never. I will tell you. I was on my way. This is my classic Kissinger story. I was on my way to Bali, and Kissinger visited the Motion Lounge, and I was going to
Roundabout is
Bali,
better.
and he. I saw him down at the park, and he knew I was leaving soon, and there had been a terrorist attack there probably about 6 months prior, maybe less, maybe 3 months prior.
No.
But I was committed to the trip. And so he takes out his little shaky, cute little hand, and he's like, okay, take this number with you. I'm like, who is it? And he said it was, I'm trying to remember who was the head of the CIA at the time.
Nick Fury.
Whoever was the head of the CIA, whose name is not coming to me right this second. And he's like, this is his cell phone number. So if there's
You're not talking
any
about J.
trouble.
Edgar Hoover, are you?
I think it was George Bush.
No. I would have
Bush
remembered
was
that.
the head of the CIA.
I would have
Right.
remembered it. This
Bush
is years
Senior
ago.
Jack
Let me
Ryan.
think. Let me think. Head
Oh,
of
you get looking.
CIA? Head of CIA
Was it
director.
Casper Weinberger?
Like Casper Weinberger over
Oh, it's
here.
going to drive me crazy. Okay, here, list of CIA directors. Here we go. Hang on a
Floyd
second.
Bannister.
Let me go back a little bit.
God, you are connected.
George Tenet.
Oh, okay.
George Tenet. Okay. George
Okay.
It
Tenet.
is Tenet.
He says, okay, this is a phone number for George
Baldwin.
Tenet, and you just
Hey, if you
call
have that
him.
number, we could call it right now.
You just call him if there's any trouble. and we will get you right out of there.
Wow.
Dang, like that.
Like
That's
that.
so smart.
Like that.
That's so
Like
smart.
that. Yes.
Monique hangs out with all the war criminals. Kissinger, the Red Skull. I heard you went to Limelight with Red Skull. Is that true?
Red Skull.
You know what? All he wanted to talk about was the Giants. He loves the Giants.
Yeah.
He loved talking about football. Loved talking about Labradors. I have great Putin stories. I really do. I have great
Jesus
Putin
Christ.
stories with him. And I have one I will tell really quickly before we start
we're
our
all
show
about to
because we don't
die,
have a
just
lot
so
of
you
clips
guys know.
tonight. But one
We're about
time,
to have oopsies.
he was having Putin come to his home for dinner on 52nd Street between First and the River, and he had the most ridiculous apartment you've ever seen. I mean, just ridiculous. And so Putin's people came a week before to check out the block, because he's not going anywhere where he's not completely protected. Mm-hmm. And the people come to Henry and say, okay, everything looks good, but, and this is like looking across the street on 52nd Street. He's like, but you're going to have to tell the people on floors 10 and 11 in that building to not be home during the time he visits, and the people in this building. And he's like, I can't do that. I can't tell people. You can't tell people in New York they can't be in their home because the dictator from fucking Russia is coming to your home. This is not going to happen. So just, if you can't come, then forget about it. So they wind up closing off the block that night. He's like, and, Nancy and I'm dressed in a tuxedo and I'm, just all pulled together. And, Nancy's dressed in her finery. And, we have a couple of guests that are there with us to meet and greet with him. He's like, and he walks in and he's wearing jeans and a pair of Nike sneakers, a white T-shirt, and a leather jacket. And I'm like,
Hey, look, I am fuzzy.
Barbados?
yeah, he couldn't believe that he was so
Pre-distressed.
dressed down for a big,
casual in New York,
important meeting.
No.
This is the only thing he commented
I am
on.
like John
Yeah.
Travolta in Greece.
Is how he was. Yeah, it's a total power
up,
move,
Henry.
Rick. Total power move. Total power move.
Relax.
Get him on the podcast.
6 degrees of Monique, right, Tamara Francois? You can connect Putin and Scott Baio in 2 moves.
That's true. That's
Wow, yeah, I never
Crazy.
thought of
Who
that.
could do that?
It's such crazy shit. My life has been like crazy shit. It really, really has. And so much of it is stuff like telling that story, that Putin story. I've maybe told it 4 times in my lifetime. It's just one of those silly things that you
Sonny
don't
Black
even
is my
think
favorite.
about
So
until
when we see,
it comes up.
for the audience, and then Mo disappears, the show will continue. Don't worry.
Yeah, Rick, Sonny Black is my favorite, my very favorite. Hey,
So, well, I have shared with John. I have shared with John intimate photos of me and his daughter that I used to hang out with back in the
Napolitano.
day.
Wow, like that.
so great. Who did that?
That's some next level shit right there, man.
Who did that so fast?
Who did that?
Jesus, quick
That is the
draw,
greatest.
Photoshop.
It's like they had the stencil on standby.
That's crazy.
the-
People are so fast with that now. I don't
Oh
even
my
know how
God!
to
Who
get-
did
I don't
that?
even-
Who did that?
I can't even buy marijuana.
Xavier.
Me.
Bon.
Me.
Bon.
Ah,
There he is. There he
that's
is.
So good.
And
Bonnie
you
on
can
the
only be
spot.
one of you.
He's the best.
That is
That's
that is
amazing.
phenomenal.
You're such an idiot.
What do you know? It's already been saved.
Hey, there's already like 10 versions of it.
When Alec met Monique on the set of 30 Rock, that was his aspiration initially before Hilaria came along.
Do we have
Yeah,
to call
exactly.
you? Can we call you
Malaria.
Malaria?
Don't you
That's
remember?
great.
Don't you remember that bitch on 30 Rock stink-eyed
Yeah,
me?
Tina Fey.
Tina fucking Fey.
Tina
That
Fey
bitch.
stink-eyed you?
Total stink-eye. Total stink-eye.
Monique
Total stink at me.
backpedaled, said, Tina, don't make me give you another scar on that face. I got to switch. I got an X-Acto knife right here on the subway.
They used to film outside all the time at 40 Rock,
Yeah.
and I walked
Yep.
home every day, so I would see them all the
40
time.
Rock?
Yeah.
called. I thought it was 30 Rock. No, I'm wrong, right?
40 Rock.
Oh, I thought the show. No.
Yes, 40 Rock.
I'm obsessed with that
Right?
Exacto
It's
Knife
30.
story.
It's 30 Rock, but I thought it was 30 Rock.
It is 30 Rock.
I
What
had a friend,
Exacto Knife?
Monique, who was a cop in the 70s. His father was a cop in the 70s in Williamsburg. And Williamsburg was badass. Williamsburg was really. And this guy would collect confiscated weapons in the museum in his basement. Like, no bullets or anything. He would just have, like, confiscated stuff, contraband. He had hand grenades. He had jacks. He had billy clubs, nunchuck, guns, knives, machetes. Crazy Robin. The only thing he didn't have was an Exacto knife. And maybe that's the other thing missing from that arsenal. I cannot believe you got frisked for an Exacto knife. That is the greatest story. What's next? A T-square?
Tina Fey gave me Snark Eye.
Benoit balls.
That bitch. I hear that she was a little bit cunty, actually.
No.
I hear that she's not the nicest person.
It's
Whatever.
weird she was elevated to any degree because she's responsible for the worst seasons of Saturday Night Live in the history of the show. She was the head writer for the worst of the worst of the worst
Absolutely.
seasons. It's bizarre.
But, don't forget that she did Mean Girls, and then she did the Broadway production of Mean
that
Girls, and
saved
she's
her.
making a shit ton of money with the traveling tour of that, and it's still on Broadway, and just,
That makes me angry.
all that stuff. Mo's dad killed JFK.
Yeah, right, Zors. Stuttering John hated her, too. That's right.
Yeah, she's not the nicest person. Well, whatever. Anyway, thank you, men folk.
Overrated Autobot, yes.
Thank you, friends.
Well, like
All
and
right,
subscribe.
so-
Good night, guys.
Let's like and subscribe. Oh, let me do the like and subscribe thing while we're here. Hold on, because I always forget to do that. Where is it?
And just I'm having vanilla crown and coffee liqueur. It's delicious.
Nice.
the things
Is there
you
sugar in
drink.
it, Dennis?
How do you go to
Is there
sleep with
sugar
that?
in it?
Sugar?
Sugar. Is there
Sugar?
sugar
Well,
in it?
from the coffee liqueur will have sugar in it.
Yeah, one of my drinking coach things, you got to cut the sugar out for the hangover. But maybe you don't need it. Maybe you can handle it. Maybe you. 'Cause that's
I was a
I'm
mean
only
girl
having
in
one.
high school. I was.
I'm only having one, so I'm good. If I had, I wouldn't drink multiples of these though. That's a hangover.
That's a one of. It looks like a one of drink. The guys were giving me
Delicious.
shit, everybody in the chat, because I was eating a little bit of like a faux ice cream. It was fat-free Cool Whip mixed with
Oh, that's good.
vanilla sugar-free Jell-O pudding, a little bit of amaretto flavoring, and chocolate chips, and it tasted like a delicious cannoli. It was delicious. But you're
like
right.
it was
I should
Wait,
definitely
how
go
is
with.
saying giving you the business?
Huh?
Ugh.
Yeah, both of you. Ew,
Yeah,
why don't you
I
just
mean,
eat
literally-
ice cream and eat less of it?
It actually sounded like it's from Honey Boo Boo's TikTok. I mean, that's just, I mean, come on.
I use
Cool Whip?
sugar-free syrup, and it's great. It's just as good as regular syrup. I don't see.
Yeah.
any
Oh, I
difference.
only use sugar-free.
Yep.
I only use
Cool
sugar-free.
Whip. Cool Whip. That's just whip. That's just whipped oil. I mean, That's,
All right. Look, I did upper left. There I am, and I'm sitting on Dennis right now.
Hey-o.
Sitting on Dennis. Put your hand up, Den. Let me see. Put your hand. There we
Gary
are.
puts pussy
No,
whip
that's
on
not what
the
I wanted,
PC.
Bon. Shit.
I know, I realized straight after. I'm so fucking sorry, Monique.
Thank you, Cindy Lou Who.
Thank you, Sin Lou. If only Mr. Whiskers would tell us his Putin stories.
how we got out of that gulag.
crack, but I draw the line somewhere.
Baba Louie, thank you. Sounds delicious. I would 100% eat that concoction. It is. It's friggin' delicious. How am I going to show it to you? Hang on.
It has to be good. You just know it. Steamy. Call human resources. Call human A sources, right? A
What she
sources?
described was like the inside of a gem sock.
You don't like that? I mean, it's not for everybody, but I could see.
I'm just saying. It's like if you squeezed out a
this
gem
is
sock and
truly right out of
drank
right
the-
out of Pinellas Park.
the
This
liquid
is for trailer.
probably tastes the same.
It's delicious. See,
Oh,
so the
thank
cool.
Aaron Taylor, Monique. I'm sorry. Thank you, Aaron. The writer of Mean Girls criticized Tina Fey for taking all the credit and profits. Tina's entire career outside of 30 Rock is basically Sarah Palin. It's true. She did one impression on Saturday Night
You
Live. It's
betcha.
because she looked like her. Because she already looked like her. It's bizarre.
And then she came back after she was off the show to continue doing Saturday.
Yes.
You betcha.
Exactly. All right, I'm not going to eat on air because I know everybody hates when I do that. So I won't do it, but now that it's out, just have to... Okay. I'm done. Sorry.
Happy Passover, everybody.
Yeah, is that kosher?
It is kosher.
I don't know.
It should be.
I care. Okay.
Who's got
So
the
let's start.
latkes?
So let's start today's show. It was
Oh,
horrible.
that, yes.
And that's all I got.
Good night, guys.
Did we not warn you? Were we not the soothsayer yesterday? We knew exactly what this is going to be. Everybody in with your little mocketeers predicted exactly where this was going to go. I think there were bullet points. I think all four of you in the beginning of the show predicted exactly where this show was going to go, and you were all dead
and it was,
fucking on.
And it was even worse than you could have fathomed.
I don't know. You know, the days where it takes me all day to listen to the show are some of the worst days. I mean, don't get me wrong, like a Monday when he's just riffing is usually a much better show than a Wednesday.
For all the wrong reasons. It's not because he's so good at it. It's for the grooving. We're looking for dirt. We're listening with dog ears. It's not because he's good at it. Let's get that straight.
And there was
Sin
no
Lu
dirt
Hu.
today.
It's a whole thing of sugar-free, fat-free Cool Whip mixed with like a half a package of vanilla sugar-free Jell-O pudding, although a lot of people use cheesecake, but I used the vanilla because that's what I could find. And then I got just a little thing of amaretto flavoring, so just like a half a teaspoon of that, and then dark chocolate chips. And then you mix it lightly, not too much because then it'll sink too much, and throw it in the freezer. And it's so low fat. I mean, there's like nothing in it.
Mike McGann wants to call it Putin pudding.
Putin pudding.
Putin pudding.
Putin pudding.
That's Howard's entire caloric intake for his entire time.
This is the whole week. Yes, this is the whole week.
No, his entire run at Sirius.
Okay, so let's start with. He started the morning talking about rock bands who have made deals with the devil. So he thinks
he made
there
deals
you
with
go.
the devil.
And have sold a song or something to a commercial. And of course it was about Ozempic because he hates the fact that ho 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 it's magic turned into Ozempic.
Oh, yeah.
So then he started a whole thing of that. Like that was pretty much what he was running with. And then he says this little nugget. Here we go.
Down 15 pounds.
Oh, her girlfriend.
But it happened like overnight.
A girlfriend of hers is down 15 pounds that she's slightly jealous of, considering the fact that she's been starving herself for the last couple of weeks. And then Howard says this.
Wow.
1,000.
Imagine how gorgeous I'd be if I was on Ozempic.
Imagine how gorgeous I would be if I was on Ozempic.
There's not a stitch of irony. He means every bit of that.
Well,
Absolutely.
he really thinks that if he got down to 180 pounds at 6'7", he'd be gorgeous. Let's just put that into perspective.
Can you just get the visual of that as it is?
It makes me want to vomit.
He has the most feminine wrists. I mean, when compared to Beth, of course, it's natural. But he really does absolutely have a body with birthing hips.
Yes, he does.
And, he's like...
She was Terry Hatcher. Because I think he shaves his arms now, which he did not do 15 years ago. You're absolutely right. He's Terry Hatcher's wrist. Yes.
Yes. And he's skinny fat, like you love to say.
Yeah.
He really is skinny fat. And he's kind of jealous of people that have lost weight. He's jealous of the fact that it's not something that he can probably get his hands on. Or, well, I'm sure he could and pay $1,000.
It may kill him. Well, it'll be okay.
Well, imagine you're 165 pounds and 6'8", and you're jealous of somebody else's weight. And you're a billionaire, and you're jealous of Reese Witherspoon's income, which is total. Yeah. This is what he does.
And the other part of this whole bit that actually made me angry was they're mocking these basic song parodies when they put out the quality they put out. They have no room to talk.
That they put out.
Yeah, I mean, they have no room to talk about other people making songs because the shit they make. Sam's mom is going. Really, that's a real
Yeah.
deep one there, guys. Wow, you really worked hard on that.
Well, they're still using that "Going On" song. That
Yeah,
Stacey's mom? Oh, yeah, that's
they're
all he
still
is.
doing that.
Yes, yes,
oh,
yes,
That was
absolutely.
tired 15 years ago.
Yes,
Oh,
They're
yes,
still
yes,
doing.
yes.
I didn't even hear that. Wow, they're still doing. That's worse than I thought.
And also, I'm on strike now from doing any of the knock knocks because we've done
thank
enough of
Christ.
the knock knocks, and we are no longer going to do the knock knocks because
Thank God.
they
parents.
are the entire show now. So
Yeah,
much
right.
so that when we get to the end of the show tonight, you will hear that he actually finally gave credit to the people who
Credit.
come in
Yeah,
and
credit
do
to
the impressions. You are absolutely right, too, Master. He dreams of achieving Eugenia Cooney's body fat percentage. And if you don't know who
right.
Eugenia Cooney is, I'm going to
think
show
you
her
mean
to you.
you, Larry.
No,
Cooney.
Mike
Cooney's
McGann.
wife.
That's
People have Google. You don't have to do that.
I
Mike
do.
McGann. That's right.
George Clooney's
Hansy.
wife,
Imran
right?
Khan has it going on. He played. That's right. It was old
but
then.
now it's Sam's mom. And then
That's
God,
right.
oh
Thank
my
you,
God.
Mike McGann. Hansy.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
There
look
you
at the
go.
new Jeep Wrangler. You let me know when this is over.
There's Eugenia.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's what he wants
Oh
to
my
be.
God.
That's exactly what he
No,
wants
it
to
is.
be.
It really is.
Yeah,
He
that's
wants
his
to
dream
be
girl.
that.
That's his dream.
That's his dream. No, him, not a girl. Him.
Yeah, that's his dream. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Yes,
He
yes,
wants-
yes.
he wants-
All right, so we're going to move on a little bit. Okay, stupid rock commercials. I don't even know what this clip is. It just says
this is
stupid
so
rock commercial
bad.
discussion, so let's hear it.
I don't
No,
like
I've
when they
never
use.
liked it. And some songs, they don't change, but then they cut them,
Right.
they lower them
jeez.
when they want to speak.
Is this even a
Well,
conversation?
a lot of rock guys I've talked to say, you know what? Number one, we get paid, and number two,
What rock guys did you talk to? Who's getting paid? Who are these people?
Nobody.
pay the
Dee
truth.
Snider.
There ain't a lot of radio stations playing our music, and this
What?
gets us out there. So
Huh?
like how many people know the song from the Who that they use as the
Who are
intro
you?
to?
Yes.
Yeah. What show
To
was
the
that?
CSI shows.
Welcome
There
to
you go.
25 years
Yep.
ago.
This is two 70-year-olds mumbling about about rock music.
The
All right, Howard,
the
then
part
lend your show to everybody so we get you're out there because nobody knows
The-
you exist. Just lend your show
Exactly.
out to everybody.
the part of that bothers me is he actually doesn't know the name of the song. Is Who Are You?
Yeah,
he actually
literally.
really doesn't.
Who are you? The Who? I mean,
Yeah. Affy's
He
got
really
to go
has
and
no
twist
idea.
his sister.
He
he doesn't. 100%. He doesn't know.
everything he knows about music he learns from a card in front of him. Like he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know the words to songs. He doesn't know the name of songs.
But the funny thing is he doesn't know how music is played. He doesn't realize that most people have either YouTube music or any of the other streaming music things. They don't listen to the radio to hear
Spotify.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't.
there is no radio stations playing music. That's such an archaic idea.
That's the horror of music. You can be a basic bitch like him and fake it till you make it, and then you're getting Rock and Roll Hall of Fame votes and know nothing, and nobody calls you because it's so fucking arbitrary. The
Yes.
entire industry.
I
What
mean,
was
if Howard
the-
is so sympathetic, why doesn't he just pay royalties to all the crappy rips off on his show instead of using the radio station's license?
Oh, I know.
Well, you know.
For years,
You're
he's
so
been getting away with that.
sympathetic.
What was the clip I played yesterday where he didn't understand the meaning behind a song?
Oh God, I forget already.
Which one?
It wasn't Turn the Beat Around, was it?
No, that's today.
that was today.
That's
I'm baffled
he's
by
so
Gloria
stupid. I
Estefan.
can't remember that song.
Listen to this. Listen to this.
Turn the Beat Around. That was originally, but ended up being a big hit for Gloria Estefan. I still don't know what it means to turn the beat around. I used to listen to that song and go, I wonder what she means, turn the beat around. What do you mean, turn the beat
It's
around?
not meant to be analyzed. It's a basic dancing song with no depth to it at all,
I just
and
want to hit him.
there's no
I hate-
subtext.
First off, he has no idea who originally sang that song.
No,
so
he does not know it's the Miami Sound Machine.
no, it wasn't the
Oh,
Miami
it was
Sound
before, they
Machine.
were
Yeah,
the
it
ones
was a
made famous,
remake.
and
Yeah,
it was a remake. They did it in the
That was a
the
remake. I think it
Stallone
was it Andrea True Connection? Let me see.
I knew the Estefan version first. I'm not going to pretend that I knew the one before.
Vicky
I
Sue
didn't know the one
Robinson.
before either. But
Vicky Sue
The
Robinson,
Specialist.
my friends.
it was the specialist that made that song big.
Yes,
the
right,
movie.
Dennis. Right, Sharon
Yes,
Stone. And
that was a
Stallone.
great movie.
Dennis jerking
that
off to the
song was in
shower
it.
scene.
Hey,
Vicky Sue Robinson.
No homo.
What was Vicky Sue Robinson? She looks like okay. Here, let me see.
She was
Vicky Sue
played Judy
Robinson.
Hoffs on 21 Jump Street.
Look, she did it in the future.
She did it in what year was that?
1676.
FSR.
That's a long time ago. Or is it the
1967?
future?
1976.
Oh, okay.
No, that's from the future.
We're gonna get a strike.
Jade Barrymore, Studio 54 with Geraldo.
Oh my God! Now I remember this. Oh, this is like bad memories now.
And
You're not
copyright
allowed to
hit
hit. I know.
in
I
3,
shut.
2.
Oh my God.
You know what?
bringing
You can
back
kiss
bad
Chocolate
childhood
Conch
memories.
$5 away.
That was the
now.
night. That was the night
that
Steve
$5 just
Rebell
went to
wouldn't let me in
Google.
the Studio 54.
Thank you, Chaka Khan. Howard was a DJ who had no interest in music. Meg Griffin made fun of him. Yes, of course, he
Yeah,
still has no
imagine that.
interest in music.
That's a
He's
great one, Meg Griffin.
He's trying really hard to be. Not only does he want to be the world's best interviewer, but he wants to be known as the purveyor of all things rock and roll, and that be his legacy is. His
The
legacy
easiest thing
is
to fake.
the
You know what I
best
mean?
rock
Like-
and roll
Yep.
interviewer.
Unfortunately, his legacy is throwing baloney at girls' asses. I mean, let's be very honest. That is, his
Or just
legacy.
money, or just marble heists from big
marble,
companies.
yeah, no marble heist.
I
Wow,
think
you
money is
guys
his big
really
legacy.
didn't know that "Turn the Beat Around" was a cover?
No
I knew it was a
homo.
cover. I
I
just
knew-
didn't know who did it. I just knew Estefan's
you know what?
version better.
But I remember hearing my
100%.
parents. My parents used to always play those disco stations, and I remember hearing that as a kid. I think I tuned that out because I couldn't take it anymore.
I remember rollerblading to
Yep.
that.
You
Roller
were
skating. It was
Roller skating. Sorry, I meant
Roller
to say
skating
skating. I
back
meant to
then,
say
yeah.
skating. Yes. All right, so let's move on a little bit and let's go to, I don't know, he was on with Ronnie all morning.
We called it. We called it.
Yes,
We
yes,
all
yes,
called
yes.
it.
You have the one important part of the Ronnie conversation. There's only one important part.
Yes, I do believe I do. You mean this one?
Hey. You might have to come out of retirement and go back to work for me. Spending so much money. Imagine that. Ronnie has
I am
the
working
money.
for you still, right here.
I know, but you know what I mean. Real work.
Real work.
Nice
Not this
energy.
bullshit that you do.
How do you drive someone who doesn't leave the house around?
Exactly. There is no work to do.
That is the ultimate gig, right?
For that guy.
Well,
There
no,
is no
he
work.
can pick him up at his bedroom in the golf cart and drive him down to the.
That's a great
is no
point by
work for
Xavier. If
Ronnie.
you don't leave the house, you're a driver. Like, do you get paid per assignment, per drive, per? That's a great point by Xavier. Like, how do they pay? Is it just a salary? Like, you don't. He doesn't go anywhere. Like, that's a great gig, right?
Or
You
always
just
on
don't have-
call.
I think they have drivers on call. A driver.
they're
I
always
think
on
there's
call.
a driver on
Beef.
call.
It's obvious
Beef
that
always
that,
gets driven around. So
that Deirdre
Mama, how do you
Ostowski
like
is,
it? How do you like
she's
it?
moving
my
around
God.
town quite frequently.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
well,
probably Beth is 90% of the job. That's exactly
neither
right.
drive,
100%
and I'm
job.
sure there's like drivers on call for both of them in their respective areas. So,
Yeah.
so then he goes on. Okay, so he's going into this whole dissertation about how Ronnie needs to be sweet and loving on his wedding day, and be nice because of the fact that this girl is giving you, the best years of her life, and you're like this really old guy, and you should be so happy that she's with you, and you need to show her love. And he's like, dude, all right, I hear you. What is it you want from me? And then Howard goes into this really weird little rant.
He's afraid what we think.
No, dude.
He is.
The guy- the guy-
Ronnie worships me. Let me level with you. Ronnie worships me. He's worried what I think. I'm telling him, Ronnie, I'm giving you the go-ahead to be the romantic fool you should be.
What are you doing, dude? What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. You're always afraid what I
I
think.
don't
I'm
worship
telling
you.
you don't.
think
I know
you're-
on the
dude,
air I'm a hard
I
ass.
don't worship you, dude. I
You
don't know.
do.
I
what
don't think
you
he does
think.
either.
Dude, you
I
do
think
everything
you're a
I
gr-
do.
I
How
think
could you
you're a
not?
great. I think you're a great guy. I always said that.
No,
But
you
I don't
worship
worship
me.
you. I
You
don't
could be
worship
honest
you.
about it. You worship
No.
me. He does. You admire me. You love me.
Yeah, I do.
You're-
I do for what I admire you for what you do.
Right. That's
Dude.
exactly
But,
what I'm saying. You admire
but,
me.
Yeah, but not like I want to be you. The way you make it
Nobody
sound is I
said
want to be
that.
you.
I didn't say
No,
that.
He said it many
You
times.
worry about what I think. I'm
No,
giving
he
you the
said it many
green
times,
light.
Robin.
He's giving him the green light to be nice to his wife on their wedding day. Like, for some bizarre reason, him and Robin think that their knowledge of weddings is everything. Howard thinks that whatever he says is gospel, like period.
Yeah.
There's nothing better. There's nothing else. And you're right, Superman. I will absolutely ask Tim if Howard's limo had an elevator. I will absolutely ask that question.
And Howard's limo has an elevator?
We need to. Don't you remember? Opie said that there was word.
The limo went in the elevator.
Yes.
Like
I knew what he meant.
So,
I knew what he meant.
There was something in the comments about my cat. She is a tortoiseshell. She's a snowshoe tortoiseshell. That's what she is. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Reno and Al Cervix in the mockery thread are just like, riveting radio. Oh, what does a 73-year-old retiree do during the day? This is great content.
Yeah, that was Jesus.
Oh, the whole thing. Yeah. What do you do all day? Yeah. Well,
What
I
does
do whatever I
Howard do
want
all
to
day?
do. You know what? He has such a chip on his shoulder, and I think that's what they like about him. But it's really grating at this point. You know, the whole thing is just grating. And then they bring in that Mike Trainer guy.
Yeah, God.
And it's the same conversation every single time.
No, it wasn't Mike Trainer. It was Mike.
Mike.
Oh, Perlman?
Perlman.
Yeah,
Perlman.
I didn't listen. I got that from the mockery thread.
Perlman. So, okay, then Ralph calls in. And does the cat have a glass eye? Okay, so then Ralph calls in, and Howard is upset with him because he
Why are you upset with me?
ordered and delivered the wrong glasses to him. Now, call me crazy, but why is Ralph in New York ordering and shipping glasses to him as opposed to wherever he just making a simple phone call and saying, this is the style I want, and deliver it to me?
He's
I
going
don't
to
understand.
qualify his
Sunglasses
position
in
of
Florida?
stylist. Now,
Yeah.
now he's optometrist stylist.
Nice. That shade that on your glasses is all wrong.
Is there any doubt he lives down there too? Is there any doubt they're pretending?
No. His mother lives in Florida, and he
Yes.
goes
Yes,
down
he
there
does.
to see her. But right now
sure.
he's in New York, I think. So then Howard decides that he's going to let us know the whole reason that he wears tinted glasses. Okay, so now you can get the real reason behind the tinted glasses. Here we
into
go.
it. My first instinct was no, they're not.
Don't be
right.
so
They need to
stupid.
be darker.
What's the matter with you?
It was like the third time they did them, and I was just like,
Robin,
they
you
wore
know
me
my
down.
signature look is I never reveal my eyes through clear glass. I always wear a little bit of sunglasses, makes my nose look smaller and makes me look a little hotter.
No.
You can't
And
tell.
also, there's a
Mysterious.
thing that comes off your eyes that is a
Right.
superpower. And
That's
you
right.
could be dangerous to people.
No, but I'm being serious. My look is, ever since I'm a little
You do
kid,
have
when
beautiful eyes, by the way.
I went through puberty, you know, I went through a horrible transition where my face got really ugly. And so I figured out, I transitioned at an early age. And I remember I was like 12 or 13, and I realized if I wear sunglasses, I might look cooler. And I remember I started smoking cigarettes, and I was thinking, you know, what could I do to distract people from my face? And one of the things I wore were dark sunglasses, even at night. And the kids at summer camp would call me Shades of Blue. That was my name for a whole summer, Shades of Blue.
Wow.
And this has been my secret. So
You're like a reverse Superman.
Nobody else figured
you put
that out?
on the glasses to get your superpower.
yeah, well, you know what?
Are you kidding me?
Good stuff,
Shades. They called him Shades of Blue.
And we all know from Howard TV and Ramol, Kyle Sarah, Alpha, and Crazy Robin around the money, it's because he has crazy eyes and bulging crazy eyeballs that dart around, and he thinks
And
he's
they dart.
cool.
They're darting eyes.
He has darty eyes. Now, here's the thing. If he always wore dark sunglasses all the time, then why do we have pictures, a lot of pictures? I don't have one picture of him with
Those
sunglasses
pictures of him
when
and
he's
Imus and Wolfman
18,
Jack.
19, 20, 21.
No.
There are no pictures of sunglasses
No.
at
He
all.
doesn't wear them with his celebrity friends, if you notice, in the Seinfeld picture and with what's the name, Crazy Wolf in
That's
Williamsburg.
true. Those indoor pictures.
Yep.
He only wears them
doesn't wear 'em
indoors
there.
at his own home, or when he's taking pictures with Beth.
And
but
when he's
not...
giggling with Weinstein, Monique, there's no sunglasses in that shot.
also
Aren't
true,
they in
Lee.
his hand? Wasn't he? Didn't he just
Maybe,
have
but-
them kind of in his mouth? Yes, they are definitely in his hand in that picture.
But they're not
and I
on.
really could hurt myself. I should start cutting for knowing that information. This
That's
is really...
a great observation. I didn't even know. They're not on though. They're not.
No, they're not on. He has
They're
them
in his hands, though.
But
For sure.
and he made up that nickname Shades of Blue because he has blue eyes. It has nothing. It has nothing to do with
He
sunglasses.
made it up. He made it up.
I know
Nobody
he
called
made
him
up,
that.
He made up that nickname.
Nobody called him that. Shades
No,
of
of course
Jew.
not.
Shades of Jew.
Exactly.
Johnny
Or-
Depp.
Listen, all those billboards of him in Imus, and then there's one where it's Soupy Sales, Wolfman Jack, him and Imus. He didn't even have glasses
No,
on
right.
back
Back
then.
then he did right.
And
All
that
those
was
like
like for a
WNBC
long-ass time.
promos.
This is his signature look, though. Now get used to it.
Signature look,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
Signature look.
Shades of Blue.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. So then we get into
Johnny Depp's alibi for that is he says that the paparazzi gets less money if his picture is taken when he has sunglasses on.
Really?
Is that true?
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's he loves sunglasses, so that's bullshit. I think he wears them because he wants to look cool, and he never admits it. He never owns it, but he claims that it's because the paparazzi get paid less money when they get his.
I have a pair of the Johnny Depp sunglasses.
Oh, do you have the concave circular or the
Yes,
Ichabod
they are.
Crane
They are
version?
made by a company called Moscot, and they are known as the Johnny Depp sunglasses.
Oh my God!
Yes.
His name is on the
No.
like the okay.
No, but they are
pretty
by
he
company
started wearing
Moscot.
shades when he started doing the Channel 9 show, when he started ripping off the D. Snyder look.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
when he changed
totally.
that
That's
whole
exactly-
changed the whole vibe
Yeah,
to D.
yeah,
Snyder.
Pretty
When he
sure
went to
that's
the
how it
long
happened.
wig.
And the glasses
If
were
you look at
really
him
dark
before
though.
that,
That's that.
he was this dude, this creepy dude with the mustache. He didn't have fucking
Darting
shades.
eyed creepy dude. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so then he goes into a conversation about how he's jealous of good looking people. And he tells us a story about how he went out to dinner with Bradley Cooper one night, just him and Bradley.
Humble
And then he tells us a story about him walking in the street with Bradley Cooper. Here we go.
Everywhere you go, girls are like lining up to talk to you. You know who's like that? Bradley Cooper. I went out to dinner with Bradley Cooper one night, the two of us,
Listen to
just
his
me
voice
and
just
him.
Trail off.
And I was walking home to my apartment and Bradley was, getting a cab.
That's a fake
And
story.
we're
walking
walking
home.
within one.
They're walking. Okay, there's no way
this
Howard
is
was walking.
complete
Unless they
preposterous
had
crap.
dinner physically down the block from him.
No.
You know what I mean?
He'd have prom limo pick him
No.
up.
And the
No, not
only
even
reason he
then.
would walk with Bradley Cooper is
Zero
because
chance.
Bradley wanted to walk. Like, that's the only reason would happen is because Bradley wanted to do it. Not because he wanted to do it. Because he would get in a car service to just go half a block.
Right.
He did it because Bradley was walking.
That's right.
If we believe the story, but let's continue.
I know, I don't
within
even know
10
to believe it.
seconds. I never saw anything like this. Within 10 seconds, this girl comes running up to us. And I'm one of those kind of famous people that never feels famous enough. I hate being around other famous people. Like, Jimmy, when he first started that late night show, I used to walk around with him and only people talk to me.
He listens
And
to
now
this.
if I'm walking around with Jimmy outside and even one person says, "Hey, Jimmy," and like kind of ignores me, I get really upset. I don't like it. I like to be the most famous person and receive the most attention. I was a very deprived child of
Can you
attention.
imagine?
Don't blame your childhood. You just want that.
I want it. I'm being honest.
Let's ask
I don't
Ellen how
like it.
deprived
So
he was.
anyway,
Exactly.
we're walking down the street, and Bradley Cooper, within 2 seconds, this girl comes running, like all out of breath, and I wanted to get, and she was attractive. She was no slut. She was an 8, an 8.5 maybe.
Okay.
Making it
Okay,
up.
now you know. You got a good picture in your head.
Okay,
All right.
got it. Got
All
it.
right.
Sure you do.
That's pretty good. Right, and I'm telling you, it was pitch black out at night.
Okay.
Wait,
you're
Pitch
6'8".
black outside, the man who goes to sleep at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Walking with Bradley Cooper, he's going to his house. Bradley's going to get a cab. So it's pitch black outside. Pitch black in Midtown
Pitch black.
Manhattan.
This really
In
happened.
Manhattan.
Pitch black in Midtown Manhattan.
Right,
That
no light,
doesn't
right.
exist. That
Yep.
doesn't exist. There is no place pitch black.
That's like the back roads of Sag Harbor in Manhattan.
Exactly.
8 o'clock.
But yes, by all means, Robin, get a visual in your head of some harried woman coming up to
8.
Bradley Cooper, who's an 8.5, so that you have a visual in your mind because you were so descriptive with what this woman looks like. And you're telling us, I think it's just all of this is such bullshit. Let me continue to my next clip, please.
Wow.
There was no, how would
Like
somebody?
she had JFK radar because you
Yeah,
couldn't
she had
see
fucking
it.
radar, and all of a sudden, oh, excuse me, and he's like, yes, he was polite, and I looked down. She was squirting all over the sidewalk. I thought her water broke. I thought she was pregnant. But anyway, she runs up to him.
How disgusting.
And I looked down. She was squirting all over the sidewalk. I thought her water broke. I thought she was pregnant.
Squirting.
But anyway, she runs up to him. I wanted to give you my card. I'm a professional assistant, and also about her card.
Right.
And I'd love to just get together with you. And he's like, oh, thank you, and he took it. It's that kind of JFK magic.
Well, Bradley was nice about it. He took the card.
And
Fake story, Monique.
Totally.
Standing there like a schlub.
Told the
I'm
same
not
story about
famous
Beth
anymore.
getting a costume.
Like you're not even there.
Like I'm not even there. And I went, I'm never eating dinner with this man again.
What year did this allegedly happen?
It's too. I can't handle it.
That's terrible. You enjoyed your dinner.
Dinner was
somehow
fine.
Beth still got
But
spit on
afterwards,
tonight.
Yeah, you're right. Beth still got spit on.
I mean, yeah, he's a great guy. Oh, he's a fantastic guy. It was so interesting, but the humiliation. I've done some things in this business. I made a movie.
Ooh.
I have the #1 soundtrack. I have
Really?
best-selling books.
Pauly Shore made
I have #1 radio show
Elephant
all
Boy,
over the place.
Beetlejuice made movies.
Like I was
JD.
a schlub.
#1 soundtrack. I made a movie. Look at
I made
me.
a movie.
Look at me. She had radar and gaydar. Exactly.
Exactly.
Good one.
Good one.
Good call, Shaka Khan. Belzer wore sunglasses too all that time. That's exactly another person he got that from. That's a great call by you. And by the way, so all the business card thing in the street is a Beth story. Remember the guy every 2 weeks back in the mid-2000s.
Somebody was giving her a
giving
business
Beth a
card.
business
gave her a
card. That's
business
the new
card.
move.
They
And
gave
by
him a
the way,
business card.
is Bradley Cooper even a good-looking guy, or he became good-looking after he was famous? Because I look at him and I
think
don't
he's-
see a good-looking
He's
guy.
a handsome man.
No homo.
I think he's a
He
Yeah.
took him during Sniper.
I think he's a
Is he?
handsome guy. Let's take a look at Bradley.
He's
Shave
he's
his
got
head.
kinda-
Is he a good-looking guy?
Oh, let's take a look. See,
He looks a little like Robin Williams, though.
He looks
you
very
guys are
ordinary
crazy.
to me.
He's a good-looking man. I mean,
Okay, when if he gains weight, he's in so. But yeah, the beard thing works for him.
He looks
the
like
beard
Rocket
works for him
Raccoon.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Beard works.
That's true, Dennis.
His best movie was The Hangover.
Maybe.
I like Silver Linings Playbook. The
I
Jennifer
love
Lawrence
Silver
crap at
Linings.
the end was
Homo.
terrible.
Homo.
The ballet stuff was the ballet stuff was horrible. They cut the whole ballet stuff and you have a really good movie.
Yeah,
like
he
to
was
eat the
cool,
mental
handsome
illness.
guy in The Hangover. I mean, yeah, you know what? I
That was
can
a funny
see.
movie.
I can see, like,
I
you know,
can
he's
feel
got a
it
little bit of wonk like
coming
Beth.
in the
Not
air
gonna lie.
tonight.
But yes, you would never walk past him in the street and not think to yourself, "That's a good-looking guy." You really wouldn't.
Could you imagine him standing next to Howard if this story was true? My
Especially
God.
not in New York. Right,
Yeah,
basic
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
Mr. D.
He looks like a god next to Howard.
Yeah, it's true. He used to date
Hard to believe
Suki
they're the same
Waterhouse,
species.
What?
who is the chick that's in Daisy Jones and the Six, which I'm loving. Love. It's a great show. Great show. Highly recommend.
Suki Waterhouse.
Suki Waterhouse. Yes,
question,
yes,
quick
yes,
question.
yes.
Howard is on his deathbed. His final words are, "I love you, Ashley," or "I made a movie."
I made a movie.
And I think you're right.
Yes, that would be correct.
Private parts.
I made a movie.
I love this question
Rosebud.
from Niv Cuz. Do you think
Okay.
the little queen Chris Wilding is hating this girl Samantha for taking all the
Yes.
attention they didn't play Chris's bit today about the gay porn? He must have been ripping his skin off. Yes, you're so right.
Bitter
Absolutely.
Queen. Yes, yes,
He-
yes.
Yes.
He is that gay guy that just is very bitchy. And you can
Attention
just
whore,
tell
though,
He's just
above all.
catty.
Yep.
And he's just
about
that
to
guy.
start hanging out with Crazy Alice, though.
Exactly. So then we go into a conversation about his handsome friends at school, which of course always
Jesus.
comes back to Dr. Lou, who was,
Yeah.
quote, a pussy magnet. Have we ever seen a picture of Dr. Lou? Do we know anything about him?
I don't think I have, actually. Have you?
I don't
anybody
think
you
we
guys?
have.
Hold on, let me see if I can
I
find
think
one.
we found out that Dr. Lou was actually an optometrist. Wait, what was Dr. Lou? What was his specialty? It was some sort of like
Hand
specialty.
jobs to Howard.
Crazy.
I don't know.
Is it L-E-W or L-O-U?
Well, that's a
Is
very
that the
good
problem?
question. Anybody in the chat knows anything? Just Samantha smells of forced diversity higher.
No, she is, Farmer. We said that yesterday. No
Yes.
question about it.
We agree.
I hate
So
them.
whilst
He is an optometrist.
oh, see,
Okay.
I'm so glad I knew that. Okay, so let's listen to Dr. Lou, the pussy
I
magnet.
remember my roommate in college, the famous Dr. Lou, who was a very good-looking guy. He was one of those guys who could walk in a room and girls would start talking to him. Plus, he was a medical student.
I can't stand his
You know.
voice.
And we were undergrad, and he was a medical student. Figure that out.
What?
Trailing off.
He was in
and-
6-year med. So, I mean, think about the pussy
It
magnet
sounds like
he
he's
was.
touching himself.
Yeah, he can't project.
Oh,
he
he
can't
is.
enunciate.
I know, he's like
Trailing
he's like,
off.
He's like
definitely
touching his
has half a
balls as
stock
he's
on
talking
him.
about Dr. Lou.
He is chubbed up balls. Talking about Dr. Lou.
I'm rubbing.
No fluffer needed.
I'm touching my balls.
Just rubbing the finger.
gonna-
on
I
the
know,
love you
just
so
same
much.
stupid stories over and
Just
over
the
and
tip.
over again.
How many
Okay,
times-
so
you're
then-
right. How much water is in this well that he keeps going to?
Oh, it's just yeah.
Howard
Well,
figures-
like floor melon. I mean, it's just
Oh, it's just rotten floor milk.
the
Howard
rotten
figures
floor
if
melon.
musicians can play the same song over and over again, he can also do that in radio and get credit for it.
In October,
Everybody's scratching their balls, flicking their bean, smelling the taint. You guys are disgusting. You're disgusting animals. So Dr. Lou invites him to go out to a bar where all the hot chicks hang out, and
please.
we learn how the only friends he had were his cigarettes. Yeah, it's so stupid.
Rebel,
here.
rebel.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go.
I was passed
Okay,
over.
sure.
But and that's when I started smoking. I was a smoker, so I would
Yeah.
light up a cigarette. Back in the day when you could smoke indoors at a bar, and I was like, thinking maybe I'll look like a bad boy over in the corner, and I'll be mysterious in a cloud of smoke, and maybe some
Tamara's
chicks will
right.
dig me. Nobody came over.
Nobody
Not even
looked
with a
through the
cigarette, yeah.
cloud. Nothing.
Wasn't he on a Matt Tear during this
I
time?
remember
though?
clinging. I remember lighting one off the other.
happened to
But
that?
but the cigarette was my friend. The only one interacting with me was the cigarette.
So what happened to the Matt Tear and
Wait a
every
minute.
night supermodel?
Touching his bat wings.
So now he's by himself with a cigarette.
Bob Lane. Wicked Bob Lane.
So I have a
Oh,
question. Is this when he was like 18 years old before he met Allison?
Wait, there's Allison in this scenario.
Exactly.
He met Allison at 19. He was married as soon as he got out of school.
18
Yep.
years old.
Tamara Francois nailed it.
She's
You're
absolutely
listening
right.
To
He
a
has
man
to
with
make-
no new life experience.
Yes, he
He's
has
gotta
to make
stretch
these
out.
limited experiences stretch. I believe I've had more life experiences than he has.
You've had
As
more
a-
life experiences in the last 10 years than he had his entire life.
Could you imagine having such privilege? You live in New York for 40 years and you never took a subway once.
Oh, he
He's-
used to love telling the story about the one time that they took
The one
subway.
time he took it.
I'm talking
The
40
one.
years. I'm saying. So the mid 80s, he hasn't taken a subway since
No,
WNBC.
No.
Nothing.
Crazy, right? He's got no story.
A
No subway
taxi,
story.
a taxi,
A taxi,
a
not
bus,
even a taxi.
a
right?
subway.
A bus. Exactly right. Not even.
None
a
of this
taxi or a bus.
exists in his world. He's a very privileged man, you guys. What's wrong with you?
Hey, Mo.
Yes?
Quick fact. You know what didn't exist when this happened? Beth. She still hadn't been born.
This is true. This is true. This is true.
Waka
Okay, so
waka.
he tells us about how he lived on only $100. Dennis, do you have what the $100 equals in today's money?
Yeah.
So here's him talking about how
do.
he had no money to live on, and his dad only gave him $100 a month in college.
I saw that too.
Did
That's
you
like one-
ever send a drink over to a woman in a bar?
First of all, I had no money. I mean, when I say I had no money, I was in college. I didn't have a job. So because
He didn't have a job because he didn't have to have a job.
You didn't
See,
have it.
the only kids that didn't have to have a job in college were the ones whose parents were actually paying for everything. So that's why he
Yes.
didn't have a job.
Your
And
job is student. You're a professional student.
This is what he kind of says. Listen
Yeah.
to this. This is exactly what he kind of says.
college, I didn't have a job. So because I had to spend all my time studying. I didn't want to flunk out. I'm not that bright, so I was like, I got to really study. So my parents were down with that.
I got
But
it,
my
Monique, for
father,
you.
I would never ask my father for money. He was paying for college, but he said to me, "You can have $100 for the month," and the $100 covered my rent, my food,
What rent? You rent a
everything. And by the way,
that wasn't just to spend on yourself. That was
no. That was my rent, my rent, and my food.
No.
And I spent $10 a week on food. Like, I didn't have a lot of food. Like, I'd buy boxes of spaghetti.
Bullshit.
He's so full of shit.
So, Monique, 112 wigs. You see that, Dennis?
Yeah. They're using the inflation calculator, 753, but it's probably closer to $1,000 if you really think about the way a lot of inflation's gone for just typical living expenses. And he didn't pay rent. His parents paid his rent too, and it was not at $100.
But guys,
that was walk-around money.
You can't leave the dorm until after freshman year or sophomore year, right? Like you have to stay in the dorms.
Yeah.
Right.
For freshman and sophomore.
He paid no rent.
Year. Plus, he was in 13th grade for his first term. First 2 terms, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
And do you also think that's the only money they're giving him? Just that? He's getting more.
But it's okay. If it was 100, it's okay, is what the story
is.
Yeah,
but he's getting more than that, too, along the way.
Keep in mind, he's living in a college town where everything's catered to poor kids.
Right.
He'd walk across the street to Price Choppers, probably.
Burritos and ramen. I mean, that's pretty much what you have.
But even back then.
Hot water
but even back then, a loaf of bread was what, 30 cents, 40 cents?
Probably.
Seriously. $100 was a lot of money for a month. I mean, especially for a college.
That's like 2 years supply of Campbell's soup.
It's like $750 to $1,000 today a month.
And
money.
They were paying for everything else. So
exactly.
He was living in the dorm. He didn't have to pay rent for at least a year or two, at least.
He never paid rent.
Well, he might have moved out and they paid rent.
But even when they did, they paid it for him.
Well,
he said that
he wasn't spending that money on rubbers. That's for sure.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
The chat's all over this. Pellel Benjamin and Mikhail Hassin writes, he spends $10 a month on food now.
Exactly.
and like someone mentioned, wasn't the chick from Yale, the supermodel from Yale, paying the bills anyway?
No. Exactly.
No.
Allison's parents, right? They're pretty.
Allison's parents were apparently wealthy too.
No. Yeah, but remember he told a story that he was banging some hot chick from Yale.
Yeah.
And he would no, it was from he would go down to see her at Princeton.
Yeah,
Princeton. It was Princeton, so he would. Well,
that makes it
next time it'll be Yale, Monique. He'll change the story. It's going to be Yale next time. He'll change another.
It'll be Harvard.
It'll be Harvard, right?
Exactly.
Harvard.
You know damn well he whined to his mommy every month, and she would send him extra cash. Absolutely, Sin Lou. Absolutely. You see how that works.
Changed so much. Watch by October, it'll be some hot chick gave Dr. Lou a card.
Exactly, and look at that. Right, gas was 33 cents a gallon.
And then he was paid for the gas. With a gas card. He had a gas card. He didn't even pay for gas with cash.
Yeah, one of those Texaco.
Who had a gas card back in the 70s? Did that even
Howard did.
No, he didn't.
Sam Simon and Howard.
I thought gas cards were around in the early 70s.
Early 70s, you basically...
that's right. You paid with cash. Okay.
You paid with cash. That's the way it worked.
So 13 cents a gallon, where's he driving? At 33 cents a gallon, where's he driving?
I don't even know that he had a car when he was in college until he graduated.
Yeah, he did. He had... They bought him a
piece of crap.
No, when he wanted to go somewhere, his parents would pick him up and drive him to places. He had a
Polera. His father bought it for him.
Ben and Ray would pick him up and drive him to places.
Yes, they picked him up and drove him to...
Virginia to get his license, to get his FCC license.
Yes, they drove him. They picked him up and drove him. That's exactly right.
And then
Beanie Mac's agreeing with me. I know I'd heard that story before.
What?
But Beanie Mac is agreeing, saying that Howard definitely had a gas card. But because I remember him saying
next
that.
Next time he tells a story, it's cash.
I don't know about gas cards.
And you and your little Mocketeers, Dennis, did the inflation on Ben's salary, and it's $300,000 to today.
Oh, he made a lot of money.
Yeah.
He made a lot of money back then.
Ben the limo drivers, Pella.
Okay, I'm going into the weeds of history of gas cards.
Regardless,
give me a second.
Nah, don't worry about the gas card. Don't worry about it.
But if it's right, it's right. Okay, I'll take the hit. Okay, let's move on. So
1939 is when it started. So
he put super unleaded in too, Dennis.
Jesus. Well, then again, if it's 33 cents, although relatively speaking, I guess that was expensive. I don't really even know.
Not
I just
really.
don't know. Here's a random thought. Let me just give you this little random 10-second clip.
And I'm 100% sure he doesn't know how to put gas in his tank.
My parents didn't even care if I went out. I remember walking around the street till like 2 a.m. without a friend, just walking up and down the street.
Really?
Crazy.
I don't see that happening either. Considering the fact that you lived in a neighborhood where you were going to
He
get
just say
jumped
he
every
had
time
no
you walked
friends?
out your house. Yes. Yes.
He just said he had no friends. So now he's
No,
walking
the
around
cigarettes
with
were his
a
friend.
friend.
The cigarettes were his friends.
Oh, you're right. He was walking around with the cigarettes. Sorry.
He was wearing the cigarettes.
Mobile had a gas charge card in the 70s. Okay. All right.
Leave it to
All
Coach.
right.
And there's those,
You could easily get gas cards. I had
Texaco
a
cards,
snotty
whatever.
job and had mobile and Shell
Texan,
or Shield.
whatever.
Shield cards.
Was it Tops or Fleer, Coach?
So I was gonna play this clip about this guy, this dude Todd Morse, who wrote a song for him, but I don't
Mike
really
Morse?
care. No, some guy named Todd Morse.
Well, Mike Morse was the guy who did song parodies. He's on. He was Lisa Lampanelli's writer, and he's a comedian who was on Miserable Men.
Oh, this is Todd Morse, who is a singer for The Offspring. The band The Offspring.
Dear
That's
shit,
different, right?
really?
And he was talking about that Stones song where he was like, I have so much torment and I feel like I wear a suit of armor and I wish I could, make a song. And so some dude named Todd Morse wrote a song for him. But I'm going to skip that clip because who really gives a shit?
It's kind of it's just him,
exactly.
Hot Topic blackface again. He wants the brooding to fucking
Yes. But
bands that are
meanwhile,
way too young
I
for him.
will tell you that the song was really good, but it was a song that had like a depth that Howard would never be able to write. He'd never be able to sing it as well as this guy. He'd never be able to write the song, and he gave him credit, but it wasn't as if it was something Howard could ever do. Howard will
All
never
these
have a hit
songs,
song.
Monique, are on the K-Rock playlist when he was there.
Yeah.
So they would play the same fucking 20 songs in a loop. I remember waking up, having those vampire hours, waking up, it's 12:30 in the afternoon, and I would hear, that or think you missed the train to Mars. All his music came from that.
Geez.
Yes, that's exactly classic.
Puddle of Mud.
Puddle of Mud, exactly. Okay,
Puddle of Mud.
so what we're going to get to now is the knock knock thing. I'm not playing any of the knock knocks. I refuse to. There were so many today. It was insane. It was really out of control. It was almost frightening how much he is relying on them. And not that I'm going to play them because I did not record them, but I am going to just give you the ones that I recorded the other day so that you may appreciate how much knock knock is going on the show. Here we go. You weren't here for this, Xavier. What, Den?
So, when was this actually a knock knock for radio actually a thing? What, the 50s? I mean, really, when was this actually a thing?
How about this, Dennis? When do you think Howard's had a knock on his door in real life? In any capacity? How many years ago was that? 50?
At least
His
30
parents'
years
house?
ago. At least 30 years ago.
With the alligators.
His moats, right? Alligator pits.
No
Can you
freaking
imagine?
way.
Can you imagine? So here, this is from the other day. This is just to give you an idea as to what's going on with knock knocks. Here we go.
Hey, hold on a second, Robin. I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
Oh, it's Joe Pesci. How you doing,
It's
Joe?
not Emily.
Howard, how we doing? You talking about getting laid?
Yeah, right.
Bailey, age appropriate? What is age appropriate, by the way?
Yeah, your mom's what, 69? What's age appropriate?
68. I'm 68 till April 13th.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Oh, hey, it's Joe Pesci. What's up?
Oh, hey,
How we
man.
doing? Hey,
Voice, Howard. He does have a sexy voice. He feels like maybe too much of a bad boy. I don't, Okay, what? Hello?
Oh, hold
yes?
on a second.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's Joe Pesci again. What's up, Joe?
hey, I just want to clarify that.
Hold on a second.
Who's that? Fucking
Sam's
kill me,
mom.
right?
Sam's mom is really generating a lot of action here. Oh, hey, everybody, it's Mel Gibson, the famous movie star. How are you?
I'm going to be on Pornhub. Let me know
I'm
when this is
real
over.
interested in Sam's mom.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, my God. It's Steve Martin, the famous comedian.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Knocks at the door.
Oh.
Oh, my God, it's Michael Caine, the famous actor.
Oh.
Hey, paying you? What?
Who's at the door
Mike,
now?
it's President Trump. Go ahead, President Trump.
Oh,
What do you want?
Karen to not pay, but I feel bad. Motherfucker, can I explain this after?
Hold on one
why I
second.
feel
Right
bad?
after,
Yes.
Karen.
What?
Oh, my God, it's Joe Pesci. What's up, Joe?
Okay.
Oh my God, it's
Jesus
Matt Lauer.
Christ.
Oh my God, it's it's Louis C.K. To all his Me Too friends. It's
So I
Emily
didn't do
Stern.
it today because
Thank you.
it was just exactly that,
But worse.
but
It
worse.
was worse.
It was worse. Somebody is asking if we have a picture of what's her face's mom, which I will show you.
I'm trying to gauge the Pesci
momentarily.
thing with Jim Brewer, two guys. It's two masters talking about it. It sounds like it's either somebody doing an impression of Jim Brewer doing an impression of Joe Pesci, because that's what they do on this show. The hacks that work on this show do impressions of other people doing it, like the Andy Samberg, Marky Mark impression was stolen from Andy Samberg. It's like how he cracked the code.
Well, I'm gonna give you the heads
And that's
up
right,
on that.
Tamara. 17 is way too many.
17
too
what?
Many. 17 knocks. 17.
No,
today.
not for this guy.
17.
Not for the laziest man in radio and or show business.
Sorry, I'm
Christ.
just looking for Stacy. I mean Stacy's mom. I'm looking for
Stacy's
Sam's
mom?
because I know that Bring Back Jackie posted it on Twitter the other day. Okay, it's too much. I cannot
water
find.
machine.
Podcast's death.
Podcast death. Well,
Christ.
in any case, I
Brutal.
can't find Stacy, Sam's mom. But so he
She's
starts
average.
to introduce everybody who is responsible for knock knocks today.
These are the people
So-
that deserve to be charged with war crimes. Right here.
So yeah, listen, here we go.
I used to
Here we go.
really like impressions. Now I hate them because of the show.
I can't stand
They're
them.
really
Here we
makes
go.
me hate everything.
This is garbage.
I know.
dude.
It's
It just
garbage.
makes me
It's
hate
absolute
everything.
garbage. Here we go.
Pure garbage. I mean, Jesus.
Hello.
People doing
I
podcasts
have-
about Mexican cartels.
Hi.
What are you saying?
less
You
shit to
can't
cringe
hear
about.
you over the clip. What?
Nothing. I'm just kind of
Talking about Mexican cartels. What about them?
That's
nothing. I said nothing.
my
Let me finish
Frank
the clip, and then you
traveling
can come back to
No.
chitter chatter.
Mr. Whisker's not home.
Rachel, giving you your bow because it was so
Thank
funny
you.
yesterday.
Oh,
Rachel
Butera's back.
Butera is back.
I'm right in the Sibian. They
People are listen to this. Joe Pesci impression. I didn't know I needed it. Now I can't get the image out of my head of Joe Pesci using a step stool to eat out Samantha's mother.
Thank you, fucking prick. I appreciate it, Howard. Much appreciated.
Joe is Austin Nassau, and he's a funny. So we can hear
All
the
right,
trailer.
Austin.
Okay, hang on. Let me go to this.
That's right, Chaka Khan. It's exactly what at the Marcy meeting. What impressions? We're on Saturday Night Live now.
Austin Nassau,
Improv
and
class.
I'm going to do some impressions for you guys.
Why is it that my voice is so annoying?
Everybody did.
Bop it, twist it, turn it,
Pack it.
treat it with respect.
And I don't know if you noticed, but I don't shine shoes anymore. I don't do that anymore. Why don't you get the fucking shoebox and shine your own fucking shoes, huh? How you doing? I'll fucking break your.
What we're gonna do? We're gonna go door to door and politely ask the immigrants to go home.
This is recorded
We're
on the phone, isn't
going
it?
to put illegal immigrants in envelopes and send them away. It's simple. We're going to put them in very small parcels. We're just a bunch of little ants.
You know these are coming,
walking
though.
around
Just I
on a
wanted to
rock
play it
floating
for you so
radish
you know
bay.
some of the knock
This
knocks.
is a school for ants.
She was a fast machine. She kept the motor clean. She was a bitch. Oh, Jerry and Miss Susan. She is at it again. She is out of control, Jerry. Out of control.
You know what, George? This whole Susan thing could be good for you.
Hey, Jerry. I was walking in Chinatown and guess who I saw? Susan. Giddy up. You merely adopted the dog.
Okay, really?
Jesus Christ.
Really?
The real band
Who is
actually
this-
sounds like
who is this
Xavier.
person so I can have him
He does.
arrested?
He's from South America. He's got it's a way cooler band. No one wants to. They're all. He looks like Eli Manning. Yes, Stella Rocker.
He
That's what
does look. I was wondering who.
Yes,
He kind of has
yes.
that missing. He has that missing chromosome look that man
Yes.
has. Yeah.
Yes.
They're all active, derivative impressions of people have done this 1,000 times. It's every hack impression you are utterly sick of. I can't believe he put that to video.
Let's go to more, shall we?
Oh,
Do you really
Jesus
want to
Christ.
associate me with another? No, I don't. Hey, guys. This is Peyote did a great job.
This is weird.
I don't know who that person is. I couldn't even understand what he was saying. But meanwhile, here he is thanking people for doing these impressions for him, and you can't even understand. He's saying Rachel. He's saying this guy's name. He's not really telling us.
Exposing herself. Is this the end of the show? Are you canceling after
No,
this?
no, no.
Last show, no.
No, we'll edit this out. We'll edit this out.
Okay, good, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, let's continue on, shall we? Hang on.
Mexico! I say no!
Good job, Sam. And of course, not only were you
So
a hit this
funny.
week, but your mom was too.
So Sam is Jeannie Pirro. She must also be Jennifer Witz.
She's Jennifer Witz, yeah.
And she's
yeah.
Ivanka.
And she's
I
Ivanka.
don't think I'd bang Sam's mom.
Jesus.
Wow. Hang on. Come more.
Chris was Mitch McConnell today here.
Minority Leader Bishop. Oh, hang on. Do that again. You open the door up. One second.
Good job. Good job, Chris.
Let me hit my head. Let me hit myself in the head. Here we go.
And I should introduce Jamie did Wendy because she got a lot of fan
right.
Jamie, you want to do a bow with Wendy?
The door's closed. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed. I know this that Sam ripped off Cicely Strong from Saturday Night Live's Jeannie Pirro. If he ever was, I'm embarrassed. I know that, but she stole.
I'm
It's
sorry
like
that
an
you know
impression of an impression of an impression. Yeah, this is basic bitch impressions.
Yeah.
Rick the Electric. Well said. Exactly right. By the way, Rachel Butera. You guys remember when she went off on Benji for writing shitty material? She got reamed out for doing Joan Rivers, and the jokes are horrible. And she's like, "That's not my fault. You're shitty writer Benji, and I took his bad jokes." And let me write the jokes next time. And she got like, I hadn't heard her on the show for months and months, maybe years.
No,
since
she
that
got
last fight.
she was canceled for a little while. She got a lot of shit on Twitter.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember
We
what
were
it was that
praising
she
her on
did.
Twitter.
We were.
Two things in the chat.
We almost got her on too.
She ripped me a new asshole for something one time though too.
Yeah, she said you're mean to me. Right,
Yes.
Because I tried to get her on from that. I tried to butter her up. I tried to Butera her up with the, oh God, you're so talented, and she is. It's wasted on this show. It's just completely. It just takes all the fun and talent out of anybody to be on this show.
Yeah, there's Rachel.
Punky Brewster.
I hate that I know that she exists.
Oh, my Soel Moon Fry over here after a Chinese buffet.
Wow.
Wow.
She has a when your face hits. Wait, your eye like a big. No,
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
Shame on you, Rachel Butera, for coming back to the show after they shamed you like that. Shame on you.
They did shame her.
Have some
They
fucking
did shame.
integrity.
Well, she'd rather have the money, I guess.
That's
So-
like Craig Gass.
So there's that.
Shame on
Okay, and then let's get to the end of the show because look how nice and easy and quick this day of shit was. So let's hear what's going on for tomorrow.
I wish I had sharded so I could.
By the way, Marjorie Taylor Greene. All right. Goodbye.
Coming Monday, Howard welcomes back actor, musician, comedian, and TV host Nick Cannon.
My old buddy who I used to work with, Nick Cannon. I know Nick personally. I work with him on America's Got Talent. I happen to think he's a great guy. I think he's one of the sweetest guys I ever met.
So yeah, that's what we got to look forward to on Monday. So there was a little snurch of a thought that maybe he would be off next week, but it didn't turn out to be.
No, because he cleaned out the computer, which is really.
But he didn't
weird.
really clean out the computer.
No,
That's
he
the
really
thing.
didn't. It was a
He was
tease,
going
so
to
it's
get to
next
cleaning
Wednesday.
out the computer, but it never happened.
That means that'll be next week.
So
He only takes Jewish holidays off as Seinfeld tells him to.
That's exactly right.
Is he going to shame Nick Cannon for
Never
having an entire NBA basketball
He
team?
should. He should.
should.
The guy's a breeder of the worst kind. It's just, he's just horrible.
I wanna feel the sun, have barbecues. I wanna see my friends, the old and new. We'll turn on the game and share some laughs, and we'll play this and that. Now we'll say goodbye to rainy days, to the colder nights and the empty trees. Now full of life and colors new, and it's all here for you to see. Cloudless skies, summer days, feels just like it's on the way.
Trying to see how much I can push the envelope with getting that song played while we're on.
I got a nickname for Beth's brothers, Spandau Boreanus. Doesn't his other brother look like Dave Boreanus? Spandau Ballet. I can't think of that. I can't stop thinking about that Gold song now when I see that. I want to do the move. Where we...
Hey,
Yeah,
how long would it take Nick Cannon to get Beth pregnant?
2 minutes. He just has to look at her. He just has to pass her in the hallway. Well, she probably can't have kids anymore.
Is barren, so
let's be honest. I think that she's done.
Beth hasn't seen a black guy since Jerome Bettis on CBS.
Rick, you're not understanding. This whole video is such a shit show. I'm trying to push it a little bit more every time just so that we can finally get to a place where we can play the whole thing. I'm not sure that we can. I mean, the words to the song so insipid. They're so stupid. I mean, just everything about it is as basic as it can possibly
watch the game and share some laughs.
And we'll play this or that.
This and that. I can't think of a rhyme. I'll just say this and that. You'll accept it.
Ridiculousness. Absolute ridiculousness. All right, so we are at that time of the show because we're doing a nice little wrap-up today.
Cleaning out the computer.
I happen to notice, Johnny, that you sent me all MP4 clips, which
I did. It was easier to. A lot of times when I'm going after a thing, instead of going through 4.5 hours of show, if I have the video, it's much easier to truncate and to pinpoint the exact spot in the 50 minutes as opposed to 4.5 hours. And sometimes the visual components interest people haven't seen the visual, and I think a lot of people haven't seen the Smiles Ronnie sexual harassment controversy, which I believe was a part of your intern lawsuits, Monique. I think that had a lot what made him get rid of the interns.
Well, I think there was a two-part to the intern thing. There must have been some harassment. There was also the non-pay thing, which was a huge issue.
Well, that, and then the beauty contest too.
Yeah, it's so crazy when you go back and look. It was everywhere. They did it like they did it once a semester, right, Dennis?
Yes, they did. Yes,
they did. Listen, but you know what? Just like that intern told us, you volunteered to be that person. If you wanted to be on air, you got on air, and you did it because of the intern beauty pageant.
And they're not paying them, and they're taking advantage of them. That is
Yes.
very wrong.
Yes.
It's quite wrong. And then JD, being lecherous.
Look at Xavier getting a shout out. Shout out to Xavier, who has also been posting some good stuff on the board.
Stories.
I get all of my news from him.
He's really a savant at finding those stories. It's crazy, and it's all the time. I get my news from Xavier. Remember, people used to go, I get my news from Bill Maher on Real Time. I get my news from Xavier. I used to get it from Howard and Robin.
Too, to be honest with you. I mean, he's usually on top of the breaking news and all the shit that's going on, and then he fights with people, and then...
that's the highest paid news guy is Xavier. You do Robin's
yes, he
job,
is.
She should be doing.
We pay him in Jack in the Box and donuts. That's the way it is. And catnip. Okay, so what are we starting with? So I've got Ronnie at Richie and Rachel's wedding. I have some Craig Gass.
Not a great salacious clip. I mean, it's for you and Dennis know Richie, and I always the theory that Richie's going to be a big man at Ronnie's wedding because it just sort of turned this around. But this is just Ronnie doing a speech at Rachel and Richie's wedding. And how, it's somewhat inappropriate. He's done worse, but I just wanted to, maybe you didn't see it. And it's not salacious, but it's stupid.
Okay, here we go.
With the New York, I need you to hold the mic for me. Can you do that? Because I got this envelope with a speech in it. And so you know, guys, I wrote this in my car.
Why is JD in the background laughing?
You hear him cackling in the
background. Christ.
I'm obsessed with the black guy at the carving station behind Ronnie.
Oh, that's a DJ, I thought.
Is it a DJ?
I thought it was
That's
a
DJ.
too.
Of course, it's a DJ.
Carving station.
Okay,
station.
What did he have that gigantic chef's hat and little apron on?
Come on.
All right, here we go.
With the my New York State inspection thing. How cool is that? Pants right now that I'm gonna mess her up, and her family's gonna have heart attacks. Right?
Oh, he's such a bore.
Now, they're gonna fall on the floor. But you got Ronald tonight, just so you know. You got Ronald. All right? I would never do that to you because I love you so much. Shut up, best friends. Stephanie and I love you to death. And Stephanie, could you hold that for a second?
I got you, baby. I got you.
I am going to pull out the finished product.
Yeah,
And
show his handwriting.
I am now going to
read that from across.
Yeah, well,
He's
when
pulling
you get
out a
old, you can't
masterpiece.
see good. So you wake up one day and you say, "This is going to be the day." You call Steven Singer. You say, "Hey, buddy, I'm on my way." Into the Multimedia and onto the road we go with Howard TV in tow. It's off to Philly we go. A serious talk along the way, sharing our thoughts about the past, fun and sadness we've had the years till today. Rejection.
Oh my God.
Whoa! What happened?
Question reject.
So I guess he said yes. Because here we all are, to raise our glasses and to toast Richie and Rachel on their day of celebration.
Now take off your bra.
I'm too like an artist. Like a little cigarette on the top.
That's right.
You gonna frame it?
Of course.
eBay.
Salvador Dopey.
And everybody will say, is that something your kid wrote for you?
You wake up one day.
I don't see you writing anything, Robin. Shut up.
She's got a book coming
I'm just
up.
talking about the look of
Wow.
Wow, that writing is
Great
that's
guy. I want to be friends with
sociopathic.
him. I want to be friends with Richie Wilson.
Wow.
We'll yell at people in
Wow.
the movie theater together.
Wow.
Why am I?
Okay.
I'm down here.
Okay.
I'm
All right, where do we
jealous
go
of you
to
two.
next?
Let's go to Smiles.
Jesus.
So this is the whole intern sexual harassment that Howard apparently catches Ronnie, and everybody knows it, but I don't think a lot of people have seen the video. And so this is kind of the finer points, a very truncated version of the Smiles saga. There's I guess two parts.
Look at that
I think?
wig.
Yeah.
Two parts. Look at that face.
For this semester, I haven't really met a lot of the interns or anything. But we're walking out in the hall, and there's a young, attractive lady out in the hall, and I said, "Oh, hello," and then Ronnie goes, "Hello, Smiles."
Smiles. That's his definition for
So
her.
I said, "Oh, this must be an intern."
And he's already got a nickname for her.
He goes, "My God, do I lecture him now? I'm so tired of lecturing him." Is a nickname for any of the other interns?
No, not the guys.
No, the young, I don't know how old the girl is, like 19, 18. If I'm an 18-year-old girl and this fucking 60
Granddad.
grandpops is calling me Smiles, I'm creeped out of my fucking brain. Years ago, only invited the female interns to his block party.
Oh, yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah, no sunglasses.
What's your name? Smiles.
What is the problem? I'm trying. You know what?
Smile.
Why do
And
you have a
you know
nick-
what? And I never fucking. You keep bringing this bullshit up that I.
I'm going to start calling you Smiles?
Bring her in. She's here.
Bring her in.
Smiles is here.
Is her name Smiles or Smiley?
Katie.
No, is her name Smiles?
You all got cocks. I don't care. Come on.
Ronnie, it's not charming. These girls don't want to hear that from you.
During the Knock Knock segment today, he also introduced Fred as the Ronnie puppet.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like he was part of the whole thing. And here's Fred as Ronnie puppet.
Dude, what do you care? What does it bother
do I
you? I'm
care?
not doing anything.
It's the Howard Stern
I'm
show.
not doing anything. I can see you saying something. What am I saying?
Grandpappy doesn't need to
Oh,
come
here
up
he
with
goes.
names.
See, now he's got to bring up fucking age. Because somebody fucking said you were old.
We're too
so
old.
now you're fucking taking it out on me? Bullshit, pal.
Okay.
Wow.
So then I guess the shit hits the fan a little bit, or what
You can
happened?
see Howard complaining to him about looking old all when they're together
Oh,
and driving
yeah.
away all the time. You know that goes on all the time. Superman goes. Richie Wilson was also. You talk about the dichotomy of emotions. Bipolar Richie Wilson, Giggle Waters, and funeral director under the same resume. Does it get any more polar opposites than that? Giggle
No.
Waters and funeral director.
Funeral director. Yeah, I don't know. All right, here we go. Here's
What am I
Smiles.
doing? Here's Smile.
Hey, look at her smiling.
Yeah. She walks around smiling all the time. What's wrong with that?
And I like that you notice. Hi,
Okay, so what's wrong with
Hi,
that?
Smiles.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
That's
Explain to this maniac.
Yeah, maniac. What do I do to you, Katie? Do I bother you?
No.
Oh, now it's Katie? Because you realize you're fucking being pervy?
No, bullshit, dude.
She's a very pretty girl.
Please, somebody called him old. Now he's all upset.
No,
He's going to take
that's
it out
not
on
it.
me.
How old are you?
He's going to take
I'm
it out
20.
on me now.
What?
I'm 20.
How old are you? 62? So now you're all upset. You're taking it out on me.
Those girls at Rick's, they're young, beautiful girls, and they're paid money to make you feel like a king.
I don't give a shit.
Listen, girl who works here, she's a college girl. What college did you go to?
William Patterson.
Let me explain to you that she's a human being.
Where's
I
that
know
kid?
she's an
Oh,
easy kid.
since
And
when
I'm
does he
nice to her
care?
all
And
the
she's
time.
got
Am I not
parents.
nice to you?
You're nice, yeah.
Explain to him that you don't need a name like Smile. Am I correct or
God.
not? Would you explain it to the fucking guy?
Well, he hasn't done anything wrong. He's not
Right.
really. There's no like flirtation or innuendos.
That's the start. You know, if he was,
that's the start.
He was, if he was an executive,
Give me a
and he
break.
was in the office,
Okay.
and the next thing you know,
All right, I'm moving on. Wow. Ronnie security tweaked. Craig Gass, Opie goof.
Craig Gass was on Opie, but when Howard wouldn't have him on for years and years and years. He's on Opie all the time when Opie was at the Sirius show. So they're telling stories about Howard, and they are goofing on him. And Craig Gass has a Steve Dahl story in the second clip, which I completely forgot about. And I don't think any of Howard's staff have seen this because they wouldn't have him on if he knew he was part of this Boffo.
So
The Seattle Mariners hat.
this guy is Craig Gass?
That's Craig Gass, who does the impressions now on the show. And
I'm
he
really-
used, he used to be on the show all the time.
I don't think he's on the show.
No, he does Kinnison. He did the ones Gene Simmons. They brought him back.
I remember that.
All right, here we go.
We talked
a dinner with a kid in Arizona who was the son of Steve Dahl. I hear a lot from RadioGunk. So every week I'm in a different city and I'm doing every radio station
Right.
in town to promote my shows in that
Lucky
city.
you.
And I did I was in.
Do you want to tell my billboard story in any of them?
Arizona, and Steve Dahl sent his son out there to cover the White Sox spring training out there.
Right.
And he was turning 21 while I was in Arizona. And I said, you got to let me take you out for a nice dinner. You're 21. I'm going to spend some money and do.
Whose show is this?
This is Opie,
This is Opie's show?
your new best friend. Yep.
Where is this?
This is years ago. This is 8 years ago.
Do for you what everybody did for me when I was broke. And we had dinner and we talked about his dad. Steve Dahl's a legend in Chicago, and started talking about Howard. Howard gave me my start. I've always been grateful to Howard for giving me my start. And he goes, yeah, when I was 8 years old, Howard Stern wished AIDS on me. And I was like, what? And he said, yeah. And he told me this story about how Stern had just moved into the Chicago market, wanted to know everything about this guy, Steve Dahl, and just started attacking him and saying, you know, I know he's a little league coach for his son. And fuck him, fuck his son. I hope oh God, if you're listening, please, God, I beg of you, God, please give AIDS to Steve's son.
Oh no! Well, he would. That was he's he hasn't done it recently, but he did it for many years. No. He would wish cancer on somebody or AIDS on somebody or whatever. Sure.
Now give that might even be like 5 years ago by now.
I think the way I heard that story was that Howard said, Weeze, that's not why I'm here to talk to you.
Right.
Wait, you know some of that?
Yeah, I remember hearing.
I really got to push him for that lockdown second part. We have to
can't
do
wait.
that. All right, now we're going to go to Ronnie Security Tweaked. What's that?
Well, this ties in with Grillo and the story Grillo told about saving Howard's life. So Ronnie's part of this. It's really more towards the end, and I just kind of cut it up. This guy is the head of. He was like in Comey's division. And so they brought him in to analyze the security here, and he rips Ronnie a new one for being a total fucking, amateur hack, and how dare you have security like this? You're always threatened. He doesn't know what he's doing. And this guy's name's Dale Yeager, and he's like worked in the White House. And so I just kind of put the finer points here. And at the very end, Ronnie references the Grillo story without bringing up the Grillo story.
All fired now. Are there any inclinations that you're having about who might be criminal or have criminal tendencies? No, they're all fired now. All right, man. Casey's gone and Artie's gone.
Casey's gone.
It's not an issue anymore. Well, thank you very much. Example.
Casey's the threat to Howard's life.
Elliot Offen was freaking out one day years ago, and Ronnie's standing there with his hands down at his hips.
Right.
First rule in executive protection is you keep your hands at your heart.
A trained fighter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm a Matu guru.
Can we get that as a drop? What he said when he brings up his martial arts disciplines. I think it's the funniest thing in the world.
Mataguru?
To see that. Yeah, just to hear him say that. I don't know why.
I think we've had this clip before.
No,
That's
just,
why I'm
not the whole,
chuckling.
no,
We have.
just this part. Just this part.
Okay.
In Filipino Kali and a Sifu and Wing Chun Kung Fu.
He taking any kind of course in protection?
There with his hands down at his hips.
I think it's the
First
funniest
rule
thing.
in executive protection is you keep your hands at your heart.
A trained fighter?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm a Matu guru in Filipino Kali and a Sifu and Wing Chun Kung Fu.
Taking any kind of course in protection or?
I gotta guess that.
No, seriously, have you?
He's a seafood kung fu wuchu.
No.
there he goes.
That means no.
Guy, I don't think he's a bad guy.
I'm not saying I'm a bad.
I just wish you guys
If he's
had
unhappy, let him
training.
get somebody else. It's fine with me.
Well,
Where's your
I didn't say it was
You're
answer the
fucking
question.
grilling me like this.
Because I'm
Why
curious.
are you putting me up against the wall?
I'm curious.
I fucking protected your life. You remember that?
That's
okay?
right. But why are you being uptight now?
What are you busting my balls for?
Who's busting?
That's the Grillo story, Monique. You won't bring it up without bringing it up. When
No, I
Grillo
never
talked
bring
about
up the
putting
Grillo
him-
story.
Yeah, that was Ronnie was the other part of that.
That's right. But and I don't even think that it was that terrible situation. What was the I heard the other day?
It's a really
where,
good segment, Monique, with that guy. He analyzes the whole staff and just gives it to them all. It's really good. It's one of the few things that's been good in the last 10 years.
I'm trying to remember a clip about somebody saying that he would shoot them.
Thank you, Casey.
Don't come too close to Howard because he will shoot you or something like that. I have to remember what it is.
Do you remember the year or the context?
Well,
I know. I'll get it.
somebody wrote to me. I think somebody sent me an email about it.
I don't think Wiggerus could pull a trigger.
No, there's not. How could he? There's no way. Right, with those cankles and the Terry Hatcher arms. How would he? And no reflexes. And
You
he
know
can't
he
bend
carries
down.
though. You know he carries.
Oh man.
Well, he
yeah,
does,
Casey.
but my
Does Howard
God.
conceal and carry? Have you ever seen his gun?
Me?
There's
No.
Casey. He would. No, Casey's right there. He would
Casey.
definitely know.
Oh, that
Casey was basically security. Casey was security. Casey was he was a decoy. Ronnie was a decoy for Casey. Could you imagine a Greco-Roman wrestler putting you in a chicken wing in the K-Rock hallway?
So the other day, Howard was talking about a song that he was on back in the day. And it was a spoken word song from Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, we played. I thought we played some of that horrible stuff.
Where's the vest?
I don't think we did, but I just found it and I was about to delete it, so I figured, fuck it, let me just play a little bit for you guys.
Terrible.
It's really horrible. So if you've never heard Howard, when his cousin was part of Blue Oyster Cult, what was it?
Yeah,
Something like this?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on.
We all relate.
Sugar. Sugar.
Jesus Christ.
Rough life. Your uncle draws Superman. You got a cousin in Blue Oyster Cult. You're making $1,000 a month for college. It's a rough life.
It's the cabal.
Yeah.
You have a cousin that dies penniless from cancer.
Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, Wendy's Freddy voice. That would be amazing to redo that like that. That's amazing.
Oh my God, that would be great.
I totally have that visual. Casey, hey Casey, I realized that I actually saw you play in college. My brother was at Marshall in 96 or 97, and you guys played Marshall in Huntington on Parents' Day. And I was there. Ooh,
Huntington, Long Island?
Oh God.
Huntington, Long Island? Why would Marshall play Western Kentucky in Huntington, Long Island? Is that
Maybe not. Maybe.
Or is there another Huntington, California?
No, Huntington, like Kentucky.
Oh, is there a Huntington in Kentucky?
I think it has to be.
We don't know. We don't know enough about what's going on.
I don't know, but I would almost assume so.
And watch Casey's new stream as
There's
executive
Paris,
produced
Texas.
like Bon Jovial.
Yes, executive producer Bon Jovial presents to you Casey Armstrong. Randy
unedited.
Moss played at Marshall around that time.
Oh, right. We are Marshalls, Matthew McConaughey.
There's a West Virginia. There's a Huntington, West Virginia.
Maybe
In
that's
Indiana.
it. Okay, West Virginia. Thank you, guys. Yeah, you're right. You got
It is West Virginia.
West Virginia, Huntington, West
Look
Virginia.
at you guys. Look at you
Oh,
guys.
that's right.
Yeah, so I don't know what the gun story is, and it's driving me crazy. You know,
my
people
Joe
send me
Manchin
stuff.
over here.
People send me stuff all the time, and I don't.
You know who's from West Virginia? Jerry West.
Who
suffers
Really?
from depression?
Jerry
Yeah,
West is
Jerry
from
West,
West
general
Virginia?
manager. Yeah, Laker legend, general manager, who suffers from depression. Very mental health advocate, Jerry West.
All right, my lovies. So this is it. John, do not forget what we have coming up on Friday.
Oh, it's Friday. What time?
8 o'clock live.
Oh, not the Deppening Clash. I can't do it. I got a special
John.
guest.
What?
John, you've had this on your schedule, and
I thought it was a different day. I thought it was a Saturday or something. Can you move it to a different week?
No, I got 2 guests coming in.
Coming in. I'll give you the thing. I just want to hear Casey's take on it. I've done it a million times. I'll give you the video, and
it's okay. Bon Jovi will cut it down to like 20 minutes because we figured it would be absolutely ridiculous to be able to go through it. But I am going to.
John does 2 at the same time.
I am going to interview Alex Stein first.
Okay.
But
Cross-pollinate.
You knew it was the 7th.
Synergy.
I thought it was a Saturday. That's my fault. I didn't.
You blew it. You blew it.
You blew it.
All right. Well, I don't know what's going on Friday, but I do know that I'm going to have on Alex Stein, who's a lunatic.
Good. Lunatics are fun.
And Carl from Who Are These Podcasts. And I'm hoping Casey, you're joining us, right? Because I think I told all of you that we were going to do this, and you told me you were putting it in your calendar as well.
Casey has it in his calendar. I guarantee
Casey has it in his calendar.
I guarantee he does.
Casey's like right now going, oh, shit.
Exactly.
I'm on the Deppening too.
He was.
That might be. No, Alex is fun. I've been following a lot of his stuff lately, and I have a lot of questions for him.
Questions.
Didn't he raid Barstool Sports?
Huh?
He raided Barstool Sports. He just went up to the offices and started screaming, and they
threw him out.
Videos.
He gets thrown out all the time. All right, Casey, it's in the calendar. See? Okay, cool. So what you're going to see on Friday night, I can't believe it's a conflict. God damn you.
Yeah.
At 8 p.m., I am going live with Casey, Alex Stein, and Carl from Who Are These Podcasters? And we are going to do a live review of a edited version of the Pelican Brief. So Bon Jovial went through and cut it down to about 20-25 minutes, where it'll just be like purely the best of it, and we're going to talk it through. But I think first I'm going to interview
I also
Alex.
want Boys in the Hamptons. That was a caveat as a pregame. Can you do Boys in the Hamptons?
I have Boys in the Hamptons, which I think that they would be really interested in, but I'm going to start with Pelican Brief because that's going to be the biggest part of it. I haven't even pulled my shit together for that show yet.
What the hell are you pulling out of the Pelican Brief to make it 20 minutes? I mean,
there's plenty of time. I think the whole hour is screwed.
Well, it's 50 minutes with 4 people talking is 2 hours, and I can't do that to people. You know what I mean?
I understand that, but my God, there's so many.
I could spend 4 hours on just Friends of the Court.
I know, but we've done this before.
I know.
This is taking other people's thoughts about it and putting it in.
Tip.
It's just a tip. This is just the tip. Yes, and he knows the Stern Show really, really well.
Johnny Depp and Jerry Bruckheimer on the Deppening on Friday.
We're having an actor on who loves you, Monique. His name is Johnny Meyer, and he's been in Ed Wood and City of Lies and Roseanne and Beverly Hills 90210, and he's going to tell us about his life on these sets.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Look at Casey. I'm sorry I'm going to sound like shit, but I'll be visiting my mom, so I won't be in studio, but I promised I'd be there, and I will.
That'll work.
Oh, not to be confused with the time that we were all looking forward to you being on the show, and you're sitting in a hotel room, and then you got disconnected because you had shitty service. I never get the 100% Casey, as much as he loves us.
I want to thank Casey too, because it's the effort that counts in the Sour Shoes situation. He spent a lot of time. He's flakier than Kellogg's. We know that. He spent a lot of time trying to get him, and don't worry about it. I know you. We know how hard you work. You kept giving us updates all the time, and we knew the potential of him flaking. I just knew he would.
That's a great idea from Matt Kine.
What?
Do a comparison contrast with Baldwin's speech in Glengarry Glen Ross. Oh my God! That's hilarious.
Or Tom Cruise
so
in
funny.
What is it? This movie he did with
A Few Good
Paul
Men.
Thomas Anderson. No, Paul Thomas Anderson. He plays a cult. He plays it's like a speech on stage.
Oh, that's amazing! I love the Glengarry Glen Ross thing. That's amazing.
What have we become?
So fucking
what have we become?
We are just we. This is what we've become. We've become these people.
This is what we are.
Weird.
I'm sorry.
We are Marshall.
We are Marshall.
And we'll still be going after that.
Casey can do what he wants. He's the goddamn man. Yes, of course he can. Of course he can. Of course he can. Magnolia. That's the one.
That's Magnolia. Thank you. Remember Tom Cruise in Magnolia and he was on stage?
Yes.
It's a lot like that as well at the same. There's so many comparisons you can give.
Yes.
To that thing.
Yes. ABC, always be closing.
Always be closing.
All right, guys. So that is it for us. We are Mongoloids. Battery died. I am reliable. That was a mistake. Came right from work. I'd never do. I know. I'm kidding with you. Come on. You know me by now. I'm just playing with you, silly Billy. All right. So we're gonna leave you and
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Oh, let me do that real quick. Like and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Here we go. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell, and make sure you comment. And make sure the comment is not about Xavier. A little tired of that. Don't even care anymore. And
comment on Monique's picture with Kissinger. I think that most of all.
What?
Comment on Monique's picture with Kissinger.
Yes, comment on my picture with Kissinger. That's what you can comment on. Here, I'll throw it up.
We all know I suck. You don't need to remind me.
No, you don't.
Move on.
No. I know.
You're the real voice of Bane, by the way. Bane sounds like Xavier. He doesn't sound like fucking Sean Connery, you hack, Christopher Nolan. Xavier is Bane. Say, I will break you. I will break you, Batman. Yeah.
They heard Xavier and that was what they needed.
That's Bane.
Oh, Mr. Wayne, you will die now.
Xavier Connery.
Okay, there I am with Henry, so you can just look at it and goof a little bit. You know, it's so funny. If you look a little closely on his blue jacket, which he wore every single day, you can see like spittle because he used to drool used to kind of come down sometimes, and he used to have all sorts of little spittle on his jacket. Sorry, had to throw that out there.
You know, old Jewish men always like the basketball.
Thank you,
they dribble all the time.
All right, guys, love you all. You know, it's our Friday, and I'll see some of you on Friday, and John will see some of you on Friday. So hopefully it all works out for us. Good night. Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forums section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.